Well, it's time to get nostalgic again, because on BBC iPlayer there's a new documentary series called Live Aid at 40. And here's a clip.
It's 12 noon in London, 7 a.m. in Philadelphia, and around the world it's time for Live Aid.
It had to be spectacular. It seemed a harebrained scheme. It seemed like this could never happen.
Direct from London,
The story of Live Aid, from its beginnings to its legacy.
Yes, Live Aid at 40. I think no matter what generation you're in, you'll remember one of the Live Aids, won't you? Actually, and kind of Sir Bob Geldof is incredibly vocal about it, and it's a charity, something that is completely close to his heart, and he, it's just something that's really quite incredible, and the amount of money that it's raised as well. And this is on BBC Two. It's a 3-part documentary, and it basically marks this historic event and looks at the amount of money that was raised, and it looks at the legacy of this fundraising initiative too. And Bob Geldof is interviewed. There's interviews with him, lots of the performers, and there's been lots of talk about this, hasn't there, and whether it should be done. It's come under criticism, in fact, recently, although Sir Bob Geldof went and stood and said, no, this has raised an awful lot of money, we shouldn't be embarrassed of what we're doing, it's amazing what we're doing, and sort of articulated why it was so important. And I think it's really interesting, because what this does is it kind of shows you why and how it started and through the years. And I'm always interested to know whether there'll be another one. The amount of star wattage in some of these groups, when they all came together, was absolutely incredible, and done in such a short period of time as well, that he got everybody together and that everybody wanted to do it. So it shows you behind the scenes footage of the 1984 Band Aid charity single Do They Know It's Christmas, and then the Live Aid concerts of 2005. Of course, Freddie Mercury was involved. It's really feel good. I think it's brilliant. I really enjoyed watching this.
I did too. And of course, a lot has been said since the days of Live Aid about white saviours, and also about the lyrics to the Band Aid song, which shifted so many copies. But and the title, Do They Know It's Christmas? Well, you see Geldof going to Ethiopia and having to sit through a Christian festival that lasts for days. so yeah, obviously it was in some ways, it was quite rushed, of course, and in some ways naive, but what they achieved was quite remarkable in terms of raising cash and awareness. And although, Geldof is a bit of a Marmite figure, he just doesn't take no for an answer, and he speaks his mind, and it was his kind of visceral reaction to that famous Michael Burke reports on the famine that got this whole thing going. You see him meeting Mother Teresa. You see him reluctantly going to Ethiopia because a photographer who works for the papers says, after a while they weren't interested in covering the famine anymore, and the only way that they would start covering it again is if they had pictures of a celebrity going there. So he reluctantly did go. But yeah, it's a fascinating look back at an amazing piece of musical and charity history. And as Bono actually says, who is not keen on the fact that he has to sing the line, "Tonight, thank God it's them instead of you," he makes the point that, the Irish actually have a sort of folk history of famine, so it's something that they can relate to, of course. So yeah, it's a 3-parter, and there's a lot around the anniversary of Live Aid, and I think they're going to be showing like highlights from the day itself, which I think Status Quo were first on, weren't they, and Queen with kind of the star attraction. So yes, it's going to be so So strange to see that again. But yeah, I mean, we both love these rockumentaries, and this is a very good one.